What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sundown Audio unofficial YouTube channel, where we show you all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes here at Sundown Audio. My name is Derek, and after a very long hiatus away from the channel, we're back. We're going to be doing some regular videos again, try and get 2-3 videos a week back up on the channel, showing off some stuff. But today, we're starting an all-new video series, Project SPL versus the world. But no, that's I'm kidding. We're going to call it the How Loud Will It Get video series. So basically, Project SPL is still here. I got it sitting right outside my office over here out in shipping, right here on the freight dock. We're going to take a trip out there, and I'll show you what's in it, what the current setup is. But we're going to basically test out different Sundown Audio amplifiers. So using the current sub setup, which is just 2 subwoofers, we're going to use 2 subwoofers, swap in some different amps so we can show off how loud SPL-wise that we can get off these amps and how much power we can get. So I guess let's take a trip on out here. So leaving the testing room through what's my little corridor, we're gonna go out here and check out Project SPL. Let y'all see how it sits right now. Without the new wrap, it's all in black primer. And let's turn on a light. So inside is still pretty much the same as it has been. We ain't touched the truck in a couple years since we parked it in the warehouse. Brought it back out this season, got it to finals. These are Sundown Audio Neo SPL Compact V3s. So these are the all new V3s. These are running the red carbon fiber dreading cones. You've probably seen these in some old videos. I ran these cones on some of my old V2s back in the day. So these are the brand new V3s. Other than that, the truck is pretty much identical to how you might have seen it in the past. This truck runs Super Street, so it's still pretty much stock door panels, stock dash, stock everything on the inside, the carpet, and of course the wall. Nothing has changed. We haven't done any work to this vehicle in the about 2 years since we stopped competing. Now, I went ahead and in figuring out what amp we want to do, I want to start with something small. So we picked one of the smallest amps we currently make, the Sundown Audio SFB 600D. So we've already went ahead just to fast forward and get this through quickly, got it wired up. This season at finals, we ran 4 solid 8s. Some of the top amps missing. We pulled it out to get access to some extra wires here. Got everything wired up. Now to also run through the sub setup, 2 18s, they are dual 1/4 ohm SPL coils. So what I've done, we got one set of speaker wires here and one set of speaker wires here. And you can see we got a red and black jumpered in series and series. So our dual quarters are ran in series to 1/2 ohm. Then those 2 1/2 ohm loads are all ran parallel to our amp right here. So I'm gonna show you all the wiring. Make sure you don't know there's any funny business. So 1/2 ohm load, parallel, 1/4 ohm load on our SFB 600D. This is an SPL test and a total power test. Do not try this at home. While doing the test, we have the TurnLab set up with the Magnum. We will show you the output in AC volts, AC current, and amps, the reactive, VA, power factor, all that cool stuff. So you can see all those important little numbers. So everybody thinks we're just at 1/4 ohm and it stays there forever. That is not the case. We do have what's called reactance, and we will see a reactive load. Reactive load in this truck should be right dead on 1 ohm or roughly around there. But we'll see as we turn up the volume. So let me get this camera mounted down to our tripod here so I don't have to hold it with my shoulder the whole time. And then we'll get the test started. All right, everything's in and rolling. Just so you can see, vehicle is sealed, and vehicle is sealed. This is a Super Street vehicle. It doesn't really gain at all venting or anything wild like that anyway. Let's see if I can tilt this. Might be a little noise. Let me tilt this down just a hair. There we go. All set up. We've got our Magnum running. Let's go ahead and turn our head unit on. This is our LAF Sundown Unofficial case. In case you haven't seen that, get you a look at that. Check that out at Lang Audio Fabrication. You can find them on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those cool places. All right, let me get my display right. Hold on. Track info, there we go. Our amp is on. Guess y'all can see the blue light over there. So SFB 600. Let's see where we want to start at. Volume 10. Yep, there we go. Now we're seeing something. All right, let me verify my frequency. Yep, so currently we're peaking at 61 hertz. In case you want to know that. 61, we're going to put it on repeat. And we're going to slowly roll the volume up. You can see kind of in real time right now what we're doing, score versus power. It's volume 30. There's volume 35. All right. So there's a good little start. Volume 35, we're already at 152.7 dB and 203 watts. Now that's total power. We're gonna have 1 amp. Everything's being clamped through the same wires I just showed you. No funny business, no tricks. So starting out, 152.7 dB and 203 watts. Now if you're wondering about that, basically what we're wired to, we're wired at quarter ohm nominal, but we're already rising to 1.352. So I'm hoping all that's showing up on the screen. If not, we'll zoom in real quick right here to let y'all see those numbers. And I'll do this every so often, make sure you can see it all good. So that's volume 35. Let's go and turn it up a couple more clicks. Volume 37. Now, if you got any guesses how much total power you think we're going to get out of this little SFB 600D, go ahead and make them now. Put them in the comments. My guess is we're going to get a substantially more than 600 watts. There's amp dyno tests are out there. I've got abuse tests on this amp. I got my guess, but I don't want to give it away yet. So you make yours. How much power do you think we're going to get? But here we go, volume 37. All right, 154.9 dB, 325 watts. So I still say I think we're a little under halfway to what we're going to see total. And we're already 154.9 dB. So two guesses I want to see you make in the comments. The total power we're going to get, and we're going to end up driving it into a soft clip to get that last bit SPL. But I want to see the total power at its highest SPL number and what you think the highest SPL number we're going to see. Now keep in mind, ProjectSPL is a super street vehicle. It is stock cab, but very heavily modified behind that practically extreme vehicle behind the B pillar. And I'm willing to bet money it's one of the more efficient super street vehicles there is out there, even with only 2 subwoofers. So that was 37. Here we go to 39. I don't think I lost track. All right, volume 39, 156.9 dB, 514 watts. So 2 subs, 500 watts, touching 157 dB. I'd say we're doing pretty good. What do you think? Let me know in those comments. And if you would, give us that thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Remember, the the YouTube algorithm loves interactions. So the more you like, the more you comment, all that cool stuff, it helps us get it shared and spread around on YouTube. So, all right, let's go up a couple more clicks. Volume 41, or should we go 1 click at a time now since we're so close to its max power mark? We'll switch up to 1 click at a time. So 1 click, volume 40, hoping to see around its rated power of 600 watts exactly. What kind of score do you think it's going to do at about 600 watts exactly? Here we go. All right, so just a hair over rated power. We got 646 watts, 157.9 dB. Should we dial it into exactly rated power and see what happens? I think we should. So let's give that a reset. We're gonna dial it into exactly 600 watts. Probably just be about 0.1 down. Let's see here. Little bit. Close enough. 157.6 dB, 602 watts. About exactly rated power out of that amp. So here we go. It's all good. So next one click up, volume 41. Yep. Volume 41, what are we gonna see? 61 hertz. So there we go. Now if you're paying attention over here, you can see the blue light right there on the side of the amp. The clip light is right next to it. Notice that clip light is not lighting up yet, so we're not even trying to overdrive that amp. Here we are, 158.9 dB, 810 watts. And zoom in a little bit for you on these numbers over here. 33 volts, 24.69 amps at a 1.3 reactive load. Looks like it's doing pretty good. What do y'all think? Make sure, click that thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. How much more do you think we're gonna get out of it? Can we see over 1,000 watts? I think we can. All right, so here we go. One more click, volume 42. Now, if I'm right, this one should put us right at her, a little bit over 1,000 watts. Go ahead and make your guesses now if you have one in the comments. What's the next score we're gonna see? Here we go. All right, so on that one, if you paid attention over here, we just did start to see some clipping. So just to start touching clipping right at the top of that roll, but we got 159.7 dB, 988 watts. We're at 36.4 volts of output, 27.3 amps, still at that 1.3 reactive load, so it's holding fairly constant there. And if anybody cares, power factor is currently 0.993. That's a really good number. So that's the start of us just starting to hit clipping. I'm gonna say that's a good safe number is 900-ish watts. You can get clean, no doubt. But we should have at least one more click out of it. One more good click into clipping to get us a little more score. Can we break that 160 dB? I think so. Wish me luck. Put your guesses in the comments. So I'm pretty sure we just got one more good click now that we're starting to see the clipping light come on. Here we go. Let's reset everything. One more click, volume 43. Make your guesses now. What kind of scores are we gonna see? Here we go. All right. So we got a little more power. I definitely think we're starting to drive into some clipping, but we got that extra score. Another half dB there. 160.2 dB, 1104 watts. Now just play it safe. We're gonna give it one more click. I think what's gonna happen, we're gonna spike some power, but the score is gonna stay about the same. And we're probably gonna see our power factor really tank after this. So let's verify. This is gonna be our loudest SPL for the score. 160.2 dB, 1104 watts. Make sure everything is reset. Yep, I think we're good. Here we go. One more click. Will we see an extra 10th or not? Oh goodness, we actually got a lot more. 160.5 dB. So yeah, we're still getting some good usable power. Even if it's clipping, I'm gonna call it usable power for SPL purposes. Another 0.3 out of that, 1192 watts. We're touching double rated power now, overdriving this amp into clipping. So like I said at the very beginning, do not try this at home. Do not overdrive your SFB 600D to the point of trying to get double rated power out of it. But if you're wondering, I'll give you another zoom in. Make sure y'all can see these numbers here. 40 volts, 30 amps, 1.294 reactive load, 160.5 dB from just that little SFB 600D. So I guess we got to keep going. Ain't gonna stop there. We're gonna go till it doesn't do anything more. One more click. So we've already beat what I thought it would do. I figured we'd get just a little bit over 160, but never 160.5. I guess, can we touch a 161? One more click, let's see what happens. All right, I'm impressed. 160.7 dB, another 0.2 squeeze out of it, 1263 watts. So that no doubt, I'm gonna confirm just from my experience, we are definitely driving the amp into clipping, but we're still getting usable power. I see power factors starting to fall off. We're down to 0.97, but we're at 41 volts, 31 amps, 1.27 reactive load at 160.7 dB, 1263 watts. Let's go, one more click. I'm kind of excited. I hope it gets a 161 now. Ooh, yeah, I think we're falling off hard. But we got another tenth, 160.8 dB, 1322 watts. So as far as I'm seeing in my guess, the extra power we're jumping up, not sure it's quite worth the extra little gain, which means we're really driving this amp hard into clipping. But do we have that extra 0.2? I don't know, we're probably not getting anything warm. I can feel the amp, it does have a little temperature to it. You know, and I want to give the amp just a little break, help cool it off. Maybe even let the coils cool down any little bit if they are. So we're gonna pause for a second, let everything reset, let my voltage even out. I haven't even checked the voltage since we've been playing because I figured this would be such little draw in the bank. We will be right back. Remember, click that thumbs up. All right, we're back. Checked everything out, everything's good. Let the amp cool off a little bit just in case. Now keep in mind, guys, don't try this at home. So yes, this is all SPL testing, so I didn't want to overdrive the amp too much. So we'll go ahead and let it cool down, check voltage. Voltage only dropped a few tenths. Keep in mind, under here I have a massive cap bank. Put this cover on right before finals this year. If you remember the old ProjectSPL, we didn't have this at all. Cap bank was sunk in the floor. We completely rebuilt the cap bank for this year. It's bigger than ever. I have 120 cells. That's why it's raised up about an extra 10 inches now. Changed up the amps, everything. More into that later as we rebuild ProjectSPL again for next year. It'll be getting rebuilt this winter as well as a new project on the way that'll be here about the second week of October. But back to our testing. We stopped at a 160.8. I'm really hoping we see that 161. So I'll pull out those last few SPL tricks and make sure amp is cool, coils are cool, voltage is leveled off. We're gonna give it one more click. Here we go, now volume 47. We're gonna reset this. We're still at 61 Hertz. Here we go. What do you think we will see? Will we get that 161? If you think so, put it in the comments. Give us that thumbs up, like it. Here we go. And, well, we blew that out the water. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, letting the amp cool off and that voltage level off those few tenths helped a ton. One more click, and we gained another 0.4, 161.2 dB. I definitely feel like we're starting to lose some efficiency here. 1,465 watts. I will take it. Didn't think we'd see much over 160, but here we are now over 161. I guess next goal is a 161.5. Can we get that? Let's see, one more click as all the background noise comes in. One more click, volume 48. We're gonna reset. Ooh, only squeezed one more tenth out of it on that run. 161.3 dB, 1,509 watts. So we're at 44.9 volts, 35.2 amps, 1.2 reactive. Yep, I think we've, yeah, we're seeing 2.5 times rated power out of the amp now. Definitely well overdriving it in the clipping, getting still some decent usable power. 161.3 dB, all from that tiny little SFB 600. We're gonna push it for everything it is worth. Give it that one more extra click. Volume 49. on the Pioneer here. How much more has it got left? 161.3, 61 hertz. What are we gonna see? Here we go. And there squeaked another tenth. 161.4 dB, 1551 watts on the old Turnblad Magnum here. I don't know what to say. I never thought we'd get this far. 161.4 dB, 1551 watts out of ProjectSPL from a single little 600 watt amp. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. 45.5 volts, 35.8 amps, 1.2 reactive load. Power factor is falling off. We're down to 0.949 now. One more click, volume 50. Let's reset it. Will we get another tenth? 161.5. Here we go. Nope, not on that one. But we barely even saw a little power increase. We're at 1551, now we're at 1586, still a 161.4. We'll give it one more click just in case. We're 46.1 volts, 36.3 amps, 1.198, so still pretty much a 1.2 reactive load. One more click just in case, see if we can squeak a little bit more, some hardcore clip power out of this thing. Volume 51. If we see another 161.4, that's it. We're calling it. That's the loudest score, which is far louder than anything I thought we'd see. I thought maybe we'd get about 160.5 and that was it. So here we go. Still 61 hertz is our frequency. 218s, SFB 600D. Well, that's it. I'm calling it there. We can shut it all down. 161.4 dB. We send some more clip power to it on that one. 1612 watts of all the clip power. Did not see any score increase. So this is where we're going to end it, folks. 161.4 dB, ProjectSPL, the SFB 600D. Did you do it? Oh, we did it. So that's it, guys. 161.4 dB, 218s, ProjectSPL, the tiny little SFB 600D from Sundown Audio, putting out way more than rated power. But remember, this is SPL tests. Do not try this at home. We're just gonna do some testing, show you what kind of torture tests we do to our amps. Now keep in mind, this is quarter ohm. We're running this quarter ohm. You see the reactive loads and all. SPL version, no issues out of this amp, none. Not to protect, nothing. Even well overdriving into clipping, more than double rated power, not to protect, not one time at a quarter ohm nominal load. But this is what kind of testing we do. We're gonna torture test many different amps. We're gonna put them in here, just like this. I have some other subs we can use, swap around to get different loads if we need to, but we're gonna start everything with these Neo V3s, quarter ohm loads, see what they're doing here in the torture test. So it'll show two things. One, just how efficient ProjectSPL is, the fact you can do a score like this off such a little amplifier, and well, what kind of torture these amps can take, and what kind of SPL usable power they can produce into clipping. But that's it. If you like this video series, make sure and let me know in the comments so it encourages us to do more. If you don't like it, tell us don't do any more. Either way, it helps us a lot to click that thumbs up, participate in the comments, share this around. The more interaction we get, the more YouTube shares this around, lets people see the video, the better it does for us. And so that better encourages us to do more videos and get back on track. But that's it. Like normal, guys, if you like what we do here on the channel, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that cool stuff. Until next time, we'll see y'all then.